You think you know yourself? Think again. The truth is your unconscious betrays you every single day. The way you walk, eat, laugh, even how you hold your phone isn't random. It's your hidden personality screaming through cracks you don't notice. Tonight, we're counting down the strangest unconscious behaviors that reveal the real you, whether you like it or not. Number 10, the way you walk. Think about the last time you walked into a room full of strangers. You probably weren't thinking about your stride, you just moved. But researchers have discovered that your walk is basically a neon sign flashing your personality to everyone watching. If your steps are fast with long strides, it suggests high energy ambition, and even impatience. People who power walk often come across as dominant, like they're chasing down a deadline no one else can see. On the flip side, slow shuffling steps might mean you're more cautious introverted, or even lost in thought. Here's the kicker. Criminals and predators are disturbingly good at reading this. A study in the Journal of Interpersonal Violence showed that violent offenders could correctly identify who was vulnerable to attack just by watching a few seconds of walking footage. They weren't looking for muscles or body size. They were reading unconscious tells in gait hesitation, imbalance, or lack of confidence. Even posture blends into this. Upright and loose-shouldered. You're perceived as confident and open. Head down, arms tucked. You look defensive or anxious. The scary part is that most of us can't fake this for long. It's automatic coded into our muscle memory and reveals far more than we want to admit. So next time you're walking across a parking lot at night, remember this. You're broadcasting a secret personality resume with every step. Number 9, eye contact games. They say eyes are windows to the soul, but they're also high-speed mood projectors. You might think you're maintaining a casual glance, but how long you hold eye contact says everything about you. Too little, and people assume you're insecure, hiding something, or detached. Too much, and suddenly you're creepy, predatory even. Psychologists at Cornell University found that people unconsciously shift their buying decisions based on eye contact with advertising mascots. That cereal box cartoon staring straight into your eyes. It makes you trust the brand more. But here's the twist. Unconscious blinking speed is a tell too. Quick, frequent blinks often reveal anxiety or deception. Meanwhile, someone who blinks slower than average is either unusually calm or trying way too hard to dominate the conversation. Poker players study this religiously because one extra blink can leak the truth of a bluff. The human brain is a hyper-advanced lie detector, constantly decoding these micro-moments of eye behavior. You may think you're in control, but your pupils dilating when you see someone you like. That's your unconscious ratting you out. So, yeah, next time you lock eyes with someone across the room, remember, you're probably saying way more than your mouth ever could. Number 8, how you hold your phone. It's wild, but even the way you clutch a smartphone can map your personality. Think about it. Are you a one-hander casually scrolling with your thumb? Or do you grip it like a fragile relic, tapping with your index finger? Studies in behavioral psychology suggest one-hand users lean, independent, confident, and maybe a bit impulsive. Two-hand cradlers. On the other hand, crave safety and control. Your unconscious is screaming, don't drop this $1,000 lifeline. Then there are the index finger tappers, usually careful thinkers, planners, or people who don't like multitasking under stress. Even how you text is revealing. People who hammer out fast typo-riddled replies tend to be extroverted, while those who pause, edit, and obsess over every emoji often fall on the anxious or perfectionist spectrum. It's bizarre but true, the phone in your hand isn't just tech, it's a personality Rorschach test. And no matter how carefully you curate your Instagram feed, the way you grip that little rectangle has already betrayed the real you. Number 7. Your sleep position. When you finally crash into bed, your brain shuts down. But your body keeps spilling secrets. Sleep positions are one of the most brutally honest unconscious behaviors you'll ever have. If you sleep flat on your back with arms spread like a starfish, you probably have high self-confidence and openness. But you're also prone to snoring and restlessness. The fetal position, knees pulled and arms tucked close, is the most common, especially among people who describe themselves as sensitive or anxious. Psychologists suggest this instinct goes back to childhood safety, curling up, like you're still in the womb. Side sleepers with arms stretched forward often score higher in trustworthiness. Meanwhile, stomach sleepers arms up, face buried in the pillow, tend to be bold and social, but also stubborn. And here's a creepy twist studies show. Stomach sleepers are more likely to have vivid, sometimes nightmarish dreams. What makes this fascinating is you can't consciously control it. Sure, you might start on your side, but your unconscious brain decides where you really want to be. So your true personality is written all over the crumpled sheets by morning. Number 6. Your nervous tics. Everyone's got them, those tiny twitchy things you do when stressed or distracted. Nail biting, hair twirling, foot tapping. These aren't just random habits, they're psychological leaks. Nail biters often score higher in perfectionism and difficulty managing frustration. It's not just about nerves, it's an unconscious way to self-soothe. Foot tappers and pen clickers. They're often restless thinkers, people whose brains move faster than the conversation around them. Then there's lip biting or cheek chewing. Behavioral experts suggest this comes from suppressed emotions, anger, embarrassment, or even attraction. Yes, that unconscious lip nibble during a date might be sending louder signals than your words ever could. What's eerie is how strangers notice. Someone across the room may not hear a single thing you say, but your bouncing leg or chewed nails are already whispering secrets about your stress levels and self-control. You think you're hiding your emotions, but your nervous tics are your body's telltale confessions. Number 5, how you handle silence. Picture this. You're sitting in an elevator with a stranger. No phone, no music, just silence. What do? People who rush to fill the gap with chatter often have higher social anxiety. It's not always friendliness, it's a defense mechanism against discomfort. Those who stay quiet, holding the pause without flinching, are often more self-assured and comfortable with their own thoughts. Here's the twist in business negotiations. Silence is power. Research shows that when one side pauses longer than expected, the other side starts giving away more information just to break the tension. It's an unconscious pressure cooker. Even in friendships or relationships, how you manage silence reveals emotional wiring. Some people find it bonding, others find it unbearable. The truth is, silence isn't empty, it's filled with the echoes of your personality. If you can sit comfortably with it, your unconscious is telling the world, I don't need noise to prove who I am. Number 4, your laugh. You think laughter is just about humor, but your unconscious personality leaks out every time you giggle, snort, or cackle. The hearty, loud laughers, the kind who make heads turn in a restaurant, tend to be extroverted dominant and comfortable being the center of attention. On the flip side, people with quiet chuckles or hidden smiles often lean toward introversion, preferring subtle expressions over spotlight moments. But here's a psychological curveball: fake laughs. Studies show most people can tell the difference within half a second. Your unconscious betrays you in tone and rhythm, and our brains are wired to detect it, because laughter is a bonding tool. A real laugh releases endorphins and lowers stress hormones, while a fake one just clangs in the air. Then there's the snorters and wheezers. Believe it or not, they're usually the most authentic because they've given up trying to control how they sound. If your laugh has ever embarrassed you, congratulations, you're probably more genuine than most. So next time you hear your own laugh on a recording and cringe, remember it's not just noise, it's your personality shouting through your lungs. Number 3, how you react to losing. Imagine you're in a board game, video game, or even stuck in traffic where someone cuts you off. Do you rage, shrug it off, plot revenge in silence? Your reaction to losing is one of the clearest unconscious markers of personality. People who blow up in anger often have high competitiveness and low frustration tolerance. They're wired for dominance but struggle with emotional regulation. Those who shrug and laugh it off usually fall on the agreeable, resilient end of the spectrum. And then there are the quiet ones, the players who go stone-faced after a loss. They're the most unpredictable because their unconscious is storing the frustration, for later sometimes in passive-aggressive behavior. Psychologists even use this in child development. Kids who handle losing with composure are more likely to have higher emotional intelligence as adults. Adults who still throw tantrums, well, let's just say the emotional growth got stuck back in kindergarten. Your unconscious wiring reveals itself not when you win, but when the universe tells you no. That's when the real personality takes center stage. Number 2, your food habits. The way you eat isn't just about taste, it's a personality profile with utensils. Fast eaters tend to be ambitious and impatient, treating meals like pit stops on the racetrack of life. Slow eaters, savoring every bite, are often more relaxed, methodical, and sometimes controlling. They want the world to move at their pace. Then there's the experimental eaters, always trying exotic dishes. They score higher in openness and curiosity. Meanwhile, picky eaters who dissect every plate like a crime scene, they often lean toward neuroticism and caution, resisting surprises in life as much as in food. Even how you plate your meal says something. People who mix everything together tend to be flexible and adaptable, while those who keep food strictly separated are usually more detail-oriented or perfectionist. You thought dinner was just dinner, but really it's a psychological X-ray in disguise. Number 1, your body under stress. Stress strips away all the masks. When the pressure hits, whether it's a tough meeting, an unexpected bill, or that late-night text you wish you didn't open, your unconscious behaviors pour out like spilled ink. Some people sweat more, and while that's biology, it's also tied to heightened sensitivity and overactive fight or flight wiring. Others fidget relentlessly, tapping feet, cracking knuckles, or adjusting clothes, revealing inner restlessness their words try to hide. Then there's the freeze response. Instead of exploding outwards, some people shut down completely, still body, flat face, monotone voice. To the untrained eye, it looks calm. But psychologists know this is often the most intense stress reaction of all, the nervous system pulling the emergency brake. What's unsettling is that your unconscious doesn't just betray your stress to others, it teaches your own body how to respond next time. Chronic nail-biting, stress eating, or sleeplessness aren't random quirks. They're rehearsed unconscious scripts etched deeper every time you repeat them. So, if you've ever wondered, what does my true personality look like? Pay attention when life squeezes you hardest. That's when the unconscious stops pretending, and the real you steps out from the shadows. That's it. For today, I'll be doing similar videos in the future. Subscribe to see them.